slope. Welcome to Somewhat Algebra today. Slope can be described many different glorious ways, children. But if you hear the word slope, what comes to mind, Christine? Where do you hear the word slope? Good. Angle is good. Angle is always good. Where else do you hear the word slope or slopes or hitting the slopes or, especially this time of year, Peter? Yeah, mountains, skiing. Okay, here's my mountain. I'm not a big skier. The only couple times I went, I almost died, hence I've stopped. Fine, do that. Slope, when we put it down, okay, when we think about it, slope is a ratio or a fraction. It's a comparison of how high something is over how wide it is. Okay, or it's also called in the math world the rise of something, how far up it goes over its run. This is kind of the words you'll hear a lot. Just know that that means it's how far up over how far over something is. Okay, any of those are fine. It just means you are comparing, it's really how fast something increases. Okay, this right here is going up. And if it goes up, write this down, if from left to right, like you read, if it goes up from left to right, it is a positive slope. Okay, this line right here, because it's going up, is what we call a positive slope. You work hard, you get to the top of the mountain with your skis. When you get to the top, you come on down really fast. If you go downhill, we call that a negative slope. Okay, this is a negative slope. Going downhill, this is where the little skier guy, like I did, screamed, "No!" And then I would just find a place to fall because otherwise I was going to die. Long time ago, 20 plus years ago. Okay. Also in math, just math, put this in your thing. There is a letter that math people use for slope. Sometimes they have special letters, like when you do length times width, we put L for length and width, W for width. Well, slope's specified letter is the capital M. Don't ask me why. S was already probably used for side. The letter M in math. Not always, but when they're talking about things that have slopes, the letter M will be what you use for that. Okay, now, here is what has to happen here. You ever got this? I'm going here. Now, we have, this is going to be a graph, and they're going to give you a line. Let's say I have the point 1, 2, and the point 3, 6. Okay, and I want to know what the slope is. So here at 1, 2, there's a point, and then at 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's a point. So I draw that line that looks like this, and I want to know what is the slope of that line. Okay, your first thing that you do is you need to decide, is it negative slope or positive slope? Okay. From left to right, if I was skiing, am I going to need the tow rope to pull me to the top of that, or is gravity going to pull me to the top of that? Okay. If you have to have a tow rope, if you have to be pulled to the top, if it goes uphill from left to right, that is a positive slope, and you need to know that right off the bat. That's the first thing you establish. My slope is going to be positive. I am going to put the plus there. You don't need to put a plus there because anything that doesn't have a sign is assumed to be positive, but for right now we'll put there just so it helps us. Step number 2, and the reason you brought your rulers is you are going to make a right triangle from 2 points. I'll let you write that, and then I'm going to show you the miracle and the magic of mathematicals. Nicholas, you already done with the whole math thing?
There's just an investigation.
You finished it? Alright. So that means this, children. You are going to take your ruler, watch, and there's 2 ways you can do this. You can do it one side or the other side, it doesn't matter. On one point, you draw a line straight horizontally this way. I guess you could make it longer if you like, but there's no reason to. From the other point, you do a nice vertical line straight down, and you will notice that the place where those 2 lines cross form a beautiful, majestic, glorious right triangle. If you go across from one, up from the other, you're going to get a right triangle. You don't have any choice. It's a right triangle. Okay? Now, that right triangle is where you're going to get your fraction out of. Remember I said slope is how high something is to how wide it is. So I look at this triangle and I go, how high is my triangle? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 units high. How wide is my triangle? It goes from just from here to here, so it's only 1 unit wide, and guess what my slope is? My slope is just 4. It was the fraction 4 over 1, but we don't need a fraction if it's like that. It's a slope of 4. And that's a positive slope. I made a nice little triangle out of it. Jacob?
Oh, is it gonna matter if we have to put positive or negative on our
Yes. If it's going downhill, there better be a negative sign there. Let's do a negative one. Okay. Oh, make a right triangle with the point. Step 3 is, okay, make a fraction with how high it is over how wide it is. And that is the gist of it. Okay. Another place you find slope, if your parents do any construction at all, roofs. When you do a roof is always, they call it the pitch of a roof, but it's the same thing as slope. Okay, and then basically if you hear them talk about a 412 roof, okay, that means it goes up 4 for every 12 it goes over. Okay, is that a steep pitch? Well, is a 412 steep? Well, if it goes up 4, let's say we start here at 0, it goes up 4 for every 12 it goes over, something like that. Would you call that a really steep roof? No. You know, a really steep roof would be like a 4-4 or a 12-12. A 12-12 or a 4-4, wouldn't really matter what you call it. It means it goes up 4 for every 4 it goes over. Which means if you start here, your roof is it's going to be a very, very steep roof. Okay. Now let's do one more. Let's say I've got this, and my 2 points are -2, 6, -2, 6, and 3, 8. It's going to be a nice triangle there, isn't it? -2, up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm sorry, I did that wrong. Let's make it 3, change this to 3, 2. 2, 6, -2, 6, and 3, 1, 2, 3, 2. There's my thing there, and you'll have the line. There's my line. Now, what do I do next? Christine,
Make a right turn.
and how do I do that?
Do like draw the.
Now, it doesn't matter, I'm gonna do this one differently. It doesn't matter which one you go horizontally or which one you go vertically, as long as you do one of one and one the other. So this time, I'm gonna go horizontal from this one, and I'm gonna go vertical from this one. And you should be able to easily see where the right triangle falls. It is right here. That's the triangle I'm gonna look at. Now, first thing we need to establish, is that positive or negative slope?
The negative.
Little skier's going downhill, it is a negative. The slope is going to be negative some fraction. Here's my triangle that I made. I need how high the triangle is. It's how high it is, how far over it is. Well, if I would have done this right, I don't know, my lines are a little goofy here. It looks like I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I should have 1, 2, 3, 4. My triangle is 4 high. Okay, it's a negative 4 over. How wide is it from this whole distance here? Well, it goes 1, 2 there, and then 1, 2, 3 there. 2 and 3 is 5. The slope of that line is a negative 4/5. It goes up 4 for every 5 it goes over. It's just that simple.